Ooh.
Did we have to bow down to certain communities? Look, I'm Asian, I'm Vietnamese, okay? When we have our own communities too, and our communities thriving. You know, we have businesses. We've been here only what, less than 50 years since after the 1975. Our communities are thriving throughout the United States. If you look at our numbers, there's only about 2 million of us here in the United States. And out of that 2 million people that we have, majority of us have businesses, scientists, engineers, doctors, bright mind people that given back to this country more than we've taken.
Yo, so that's Keith Van. He's the Vietnamese American. Actually, he went viral. Actually, PDB, Patrick Ben David, played that specific video, and people picked it up. So there was a lot of legal immigrants that's speaking up. This pertain to the Somalians in Minnesota, and also that particular video is actually towards the mayor of Minneapolis, to where he actually started dancing, and that's it. And also he tried to eat Somalian food, and he also started speaking their language, or at least learned to speak the Somali language. So, and he's white. Dude is white. That reminds me of Justin Trudeau in a smaller scale in Minnesota. But anyway, the Keithphan actually went on Newsmax, and they interviewed him, I think. So it's going to be about 7 minutes and 38 seconds. I'm going to try to link the video, put it in the description. So I might be stopping some of these videos to insert some of my commentary. So if you don't like that, feel free to go to the actual video. So let's go. There he is.
A lot of people are scratching their heads about the situation with the Somali community in Minnesota, and that crazy mayor up there, Jacob Fry, has kind of gone all in.
Look at him.
Seems like he's forgotten that he's American. Also, the Somali community in general, I mean, my goodness gracious, in Minnesota, all that money that's sloshing around.
Yeah,
billions. Huge
billions
scandal
of
up there.
Huge scandals on those. Billions on the going to the funding, or went to the funding, feed the children or feed the poor or whatever, feed the hunger. Huge scandals going on in that. Politicians like Ilhan Omar being tied up to that. And scandals on DHS is looking into a lot of this Somalians paperwork and able to get to or to obtain their citizenship and all that. So that's what's going on over there. This video actually was came out on the 9th. So let's see this.
Ilhan Omar kind of makes it a point that assimilation is for suckers. I don't know what her problem is with America, but she seems to have one.
Look at her.
Keithphan does not. Now, Keithphan immigrated to this country from Vietnam, I believe. Mm-hmm. He started a successful business. He had a few thoughts about, well, what's happening in America, and he had a very interesting perspective, and his video went viral on TikTok. Let's take a look.
Since when the did we have to bow down to certain communities? If you look at our numbers, there's only about 2 million of us here in the United States. And out of that 2 million people that we have, majority of us have businesses, scientists, engineers, doctors, bright mind people that given back to this country more than we've taken. We have never asked anybody to bow down or speak our language. Okay?
True.
Very interesting. Keith?
Right, true. So let me, that dude is Vietnamese, right? Southeast Asian. I think that's part of Southeast Asia. But I'm Filipino, so I'm part of Southeast Asia, right? It's Asians. So when you look at that, when he was talking about majority, he's not lying. Those who are succeeded, if you in comparison to other communities, beside the Jews. The Southeast Asians, they do better, and I don't. They don't do better in in academia, you know, and a lot of things because they work hard. You know, they work hard. So let's see.
Keithphan, Georgia resident and owner of Liberty Auto Shop. Liberty Auto Repair. And, of course, he recently went viral on TikTok, Keithphan885. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You bet. That was quite a statement. Where did it come from? How long has that been on your mind?
Well, I was on my way to drop my kid off from school that morning. And, you know, I heard about this scandal, taxpayer money getting stolen. First, I heard about $1 billion. Now it went up to $8 billion, and who knows how much more.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, you know, most of my video, I did not script anything. It came to my mind, straightforward. I said what I want to say.
Good. Yeah.
Straightforward, honest. You know, it's easier to say when you honest than you have to make it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I came out, we sitting in the car on the way out from school. You know what? I got so mad about it. My community is a Vietnamese community. We've been here almost 50 years. I've been here 30 years myself and my family. You know, so I was just going there, you know what? I got to say something because, you know, if you get elected as a mayor of that city, you have to use your efforts and what you earn, not bow down to kids' feet from some community to get votes.
Yeah.
That's not American. That is
and that's what the thing I might add on that thing. A lot of this mayor, this happened to be like in Minneapolis. This happened to be, you know, I mean, in that region, in that part of the city, Somalians are, you know, seems like the majority. So the mayor, as politician as he is, a lot of these politicians, I mean, whether you go here or the Philippines or Vietnam or any other country, they tend to, you know, to do that so they be liked, you know, so they can vote. It's like to gain votes, you know what I mean? And at the same time, it's just showing the hypocrisy and making other communities, especially Americans like us, other, you know, non-Somalians, upset or questioning his motives. So, and given his background, the mayor, you know what I mean? So, you really have to like scratch your head and say, why is he doing that? Because you're not going to see that from, you know, red state or red, or other cities that are Republicans. Not a lot, you know, you might see some, but not a lot. Unlike the Democrats and all of that. I mean, Hillary Clinton, you know, I mean, Hillary Clinton was just, you know, when he was back, like in 2016, I think when she was asked about, you know, she was at the speaking to like a black crowd, and she said something about along that line with the hot sauce. She brings everything. Well, I bring my hot sauce, you know. All right, so that's just my point. But yeah, that's a good thing that you know, a person like him and other people in America, not just from, you know, American themselves and per se, but the, you know, in this case, Vietnamese American, you know, other than white, because otherwise, you know, if you criticize him, if you're white, especially white male, then you're racist.
There's no way to be American. We don't get voted like that. We go there, we show people that how we capable of and what we are elected to me as a hire. So if you hire somebody to do the job, you better do it right. If not, you'll get fired. The same thing when I hire my employees, that person has to perform a job that I give for them. So to be elected as an official, as a mayor of that city, and you go out there, you try to speak the language, and you try to bow down and kiss ass. I'm sorry my language, but that's no way to do that.
What
That's
really
not
happened.
American at all. That's not democracy. That's not.
I didn't realize, you said millions of Vietnamese. There are only 250,000 Somali in America, but there's an awful lot of noise, right?
Yeah.
What is it about the Vietnamese community that we don't hear as much? I mean, possibly it's because, you know, it's kind of more important to be an American. I mean, for me, then I came from Ireland. I'm kind of Irish American, but I'm American, and you're American too.
Yes.
Is that a thing in your community? Forgive me.
Well, it has something to do with the religion too. So you can clearly see that this Keith Fan, with the Christmas tree in his background, is somewhat, believe in the Judeo-Christian, religion. I don't know what, I don't really know. I can't really know that, but based on the, the way I see it, and a lot of most of the Somalians are, Muslims. So I'm not saying all Muslims are just like Somalia, because there are different sector and different beliefs in Muslim, but that has something to do with it too. That's just I just want to point it out.
I'm going back to the community thing, but is it a conscious effort to assimilate?
Yes. As a communities, as a Vietnamese community and Asian in general, we have a strict culture. Okay, it's family first and successful, and we tend to listen to our parents more. So that being said, after the 1975, the fall of Saigon, my dad fought for that war, and he was a POW, and he died because of it. So we fled Saigon, to come to the promised land. America given us so much that we didn't ask for. So our job is to pay back every penny, everything that we have. So, the giving back as an American is a privilege. It's not the right. Okay. So here we are.
Got that right.
Communities successfully keep ourselves down, keep our heads down, work. And, somebody have to say something about this, because communities build country. We're American. So to me, paying back to this country that given you so much is the duty. It's not something that you take lightly. We wouldn't be who we are as a successful Vietnamese people in this country if it wasn't for United States of America.
That's so cool.
The American dream?
That was a POW. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild. He got out, right?
He got out, but because of that torture in their years, torturing and hunger and starvation. A lot of people don't know. After the war, the North Vietnamese, took over, invaded. That's what we call it, as we are South Vietnamese. They legally can torture you in there in POW.
Oh, wow.
They call it a re-education camp, but it's not. It's actually a hellhole. It's pretty much like the hell on earth. And people like my dad died in there, torture. He served for probably 4 or 5 years, and he got out. And then he was sick for a long time, and then he passed away.
Oh, wow. That's awful.
I'm sorry about that. I'm thrilled that Liberty Auto Repair is thriving. We're going to take a quick look at it. What's the best part of the auto repair business?
The best part is I love my job. I get to work on many cars, get to especially talk to many type of people as a customer, understand their struggle, understand their concerns. So my job is to make sure we do what we need to do and tell them exactly what needs to be done. We're not selling anything. Our job is to fix and repair. So yes, thank God we have a lot of customers that loves us.
Yeah,
Very
that's
cool.
good. That's in Georgia.
What's the most maintenance-free car these days? The car that almost never needs any work.
Even the electric car needs some maintenance. There's no such thing in the maintenance freeze at all, period.
Yeah. Keithphan, so nice to meet you. TikToker, at Keithphan, Keithphan885, at Keithphan885.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. Good to meet you. Great video.
Thanks, sir.
Right. So he also have a video or YouTube video channel. This is what I'm watching from Keithphan, at Keithphan. I think he just started those. I don't know if it's him or not, but if you look it up on YouTube, you can follow him. He's all over the place now. So and like I said, he posts stuff on TikTok. Just like he said, he speaks his mind. And he speaks what bothers him, and that's a good thing. That's really good, or a good thing in America, because you can do that here. It's First Amendment rights. So anyway, follow him, Keithphan, and I will continue following him and see if hopefully that this did not open a can of worms on when it comes to like the opposites, the ops, what we call it in the street, the Democrats, liberal, progressive, the Antifa. I hope they don't do anything bad, in regards to his auto shop or auto repair shop. So, all right, folks, this is it for now. I'll check later. Peace out. Like and subscribe.